Hey there, welcome to your weekly astrology forecast for the week of June 5th. This week is a return to faith. My name is Shauna McGrath. I'm an astrologer and I'm excited to share with you the astrology of this week and then 3 tips for you to harness this energy for this week. So the most influential aspect that is happening this week is we have a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. This is happening on Friday, June 9th. It'll be exact at about 6:10 a.m. Pacific time, and it's at 18 degrees of Sagittarius. So full moon brings up emotions. It's a time of celebrating your progress, but it's also a time when anything that has been simmering in the unconscious can come up to be conscious, to be seen by the light of the moon. And so I would just be really gentle with yourself, especially Wednesday and Thursday, the days leading up to the full moon, because that's when, if you are going to have a lot of intense emotions come up, those are the days when that will come up for you. And so the more that you can allow those things to come up, and then let them pass, that's going to serve you a lot. So anything also to move that energy, whether that's yoga or meditation or journaling, that will help this energy to move through you this week. And this is in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a more mentally stimulated kind of sign. So Sagittarius is about vision and hope and optimism, and at a deeper level, Sagittarius is about the belief systems that you have. Sagittarius says, okay, this is right and this is wrong, and I know why this is right because of XYZ. And so I would just really notice this week what is coming up for you, especially around the structure of your belief system, whether that is a religious or spiritual system that you prescribe to, or whether it's just like a moral system that you have set up for yourself or that was set up for you very early in your life. So, and again, that's on this Friday. So that is the full moon in Sagittarius. The second aspect that's happening this week is we have Jupiter stationing direct, and this is also on Friday, June 9th. So this is really cool because Jupiter is the planet that represents luck and optimism, and there's this synchronistic kind of element when Jupiter is around. So the point when Jupiter stations direct is a time when there's like this shift. So Jupiter has been retrograde since February this year, and so our sense of optimism and luck and like restructuring beliefs as well has been internalized. So that is shifting, that's going to move forward, that's going to move out. So what's really interesting this week is that Jupiter and Sagittarius, they have very similar themes. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. So we have this full moon in Sagittarius, and then Jupiter, which is ruled by Sagittarius, they're both influential in your life when it comes to belief systems and catching lucky breaks and synchronicity and just having faith in life, because really your belief system is what allows you to know that life has meaning, that you will be okay, and that your life has meaning in the way that you live it. So with Jupiter stationing direct, this means that anything that you've been retooling in your belief system since February, anything that you've been going over that you want to do differently, maybe you're looking at things differently, in the following months you'll have opportunities to put that restructuring into action. You'll be able to act on it. Which leads me to the other aspect that's happening, the last aspect that's happening this week is we have Venus sextiling Mars. So Venus is the planet of attraction and love and beauty and sex and all of those things that we love to love. And Mars is the planet of action. So with this aspect, there's this feeling of what are you doing in relationships? What are you doing to get what you want? Mars is doing, Venus is what you desire and what you're attracted to. So with this aspect, because it's a sextile, there's an opportunity here when you act. And that's the really crucial part. It's not that something's just going to happen to you. That's not the way that this particular aspect works. This is like, there's something that if you do it, it will be rewarding. And so this is really cool with all of this energy that's being layered here with the full moon, and then with Jupiter moving direct. There are opportunities when you take action. And so a really beautiful week to maybe feel some intense feelings with the full moon, but opportunity for some synchronicity to come your way when you take action towards what you want. So I have 3 tips for you to harness the energy for this week. Tip number 1 is to take your spiritual vitamins. And what I mean by that is to feed yourself what it is that is encouraging for you spiritually. And this doesn't have to be lofty. This can be reading from a book every night or a few times this week from something that inspires you. It can be watching YouTube videos that inspire you, or like saving an inspiring quote on your desktop of your computer or something like that. But I like that for this week because of the whole Sagittarian vibe, because that energy is supporting you this week. When you keep your mental disposition positive and you feed yourself spiritually, you'll be rewarded for that this week. So that's tip number 1, to take your spiritual vitamins. Tip number 2 is to do what you need to do. And so this is related to the Venus sextile Mars, because I would imagine, like, you know, maybe it's not something that like you have to do, but like there's something here, especially involving relationship, or and again, romantic or otherwise, like any kind of relationship. It could be friendship, partnership, etc. It could even be like a financial thing, because Venus rules over money as well. But what is it that you need to do? What's something that this week that like you don't have to do, but it would benefit you if you did so? This is a good week to do it, especially before Friday, because all of these aspects are on Friday. So we're really leading up to that energy. So the more that you can do to engage with it earlier in the week, the better. So do what you need to do. Tip number 3 is, I think, the most important this week. It is to set aside some time to journal this week. And this is so important because we have the full moon on Friday. And I cannot tell you how many people tell me that they're feeling so intense, like every single full moon, and they're feeling all of these emotions come up, and like old stuff that they thought that they've dealt with a long time ago will come up. And this is very normal, unfortunately. Unfortunately. It's fortunate because it helps us deal with these things. It's unfortunate because it feels kind of cray-cray. So what I found is the more that you can be proactive with this, the better you're going to feel throughout the whole month, but then especially when it is full moon time. So set aside some time, maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday are really great days to just do a bunch of journaling, free write, anything that's bothering you, anything that's on your mind, and that helps to release the energy. It may still feel intense, but it really helps you with processing things. And this is really great because it is Sagittarius as well, so you may be surprised that you actually come up with solutions for whatever it is that's troubling you when you do write it down, because Sagittarius rules, again, over belief systems and thought patterns and that kind of thing. So that's tip number 3. Make some time to journal this week. So that's your weekly horoscope, a return to faith. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with a friend. And also, if you want to get a reading, if you want to sit down with me and look at your chart, you can book that on my website, neofeminine.com. And then if you want to go into this a little bit deeper too, you can listen to the podcast that I'm co-hosting with my dear friend Mel from Energetic Principles. I'll have a link below to our podcast as well. It's called The Feminine Principle, Astrology for Authentic Living, and it's on iTunes as well. So wishing you an amazing week and sending lots of love, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.